very welcome back. We have joined Aisling Larkin in the kitchen for some comfort food. Come on, cheer us up with some meatballs.
We are making harissa spiced meatballs with a beautiful sumac dressing, and I'm going to talk to you about some ancient grains. So, meatballs, first of all, I love to use a mix of pork and beef. The pork adds a lovely little sweetness. It kind of just makes a little bit of a milder flavour. And always, always, always look out for your 5%. Okay,
for pork.
5%.
Yeah, 5% lean pork and beef, because we don't need that extra saturated fat, and to get the lean version it's really nice, and these go really, really well with that. So into that then I'm going to put my harissa paste, okay? So the harissa paste it's like North African, it's like a really hot, chili paste. Yeah, so you want that kind of extra little bit of spice, so that's really, really nice going in there. And then into that I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder. And then all you do is just bind them up. So traditionally what we would do is, a lot of people think you need egg and, you know, to bind them. You don't. They're absolutely fine on their own. They hold together. Once you roll them really well, they're fine. But this is the secret. Breadcrumbs. Yeah. And I'm soaking them in a little bit of milk or buttermilk. So what that does is it keeps your meatballs incredibly tender. So the harissa is this beautiful chili spice, okay? So it's a hot chili spice. Go as hot or as mild as you want with it, but it's really, really nice. You can make your own dried chilies. It's just easy to buy in the supermarket. You might not get it in your local, you know, country store, but
keep your eye out for
supermarket. Put everything together, mould them all together, roll them into your meatballs, okay? So what I've done here is I've literally just browned them off. So I like to brown them off in the pan first. Just gives them a little bit of colour. You don't have to, you can bake them in the oven. And if I was baking them on their own, I would just put them straight in the oven. But for these guys, because I'm putting a sauce over them, I just want them a little bit brown going in. So you get that lovely caramelisation on them. And that's where the flavour comes from.
Seal the flavour.
Exactly. Seals them in. It gives them that little bit of crispiness from the edge. So they're really nice. And then what we're going to do, you know, I'm always talking about this flexitarian style. So it's not about giving up meat, it's not about restricting anything, but it's just about getting in as many fruit and veg as you can and whole grains. So I have chickpeas. So rather than using like a kilo of meat to feed a family of 6, we're going to use maybe 600 grams, and then we're going to bulk it out with the chickpeas. So they're plant-based, they're really, really cheap, and they work beautifully. This is all in one, by the way, so it's incredibly easy. So this is all going to be baked in the oven. So the meatballs are in, tomato passata is in, tomato puree is going in next, so a little squeeze of that.
Would you adopt this if you're cooking for the kids, Aisling?
Less harissa. That's the only thing I would do, but they have eaten it, loved it, and I mean genuinely loved it. They really, really did, which was really nice. A little bit of fresh garlic. You know me, I love garlic powder as well. It's really, really handy. So that's that. That basically goes in the oven like that. That's all you have to do. Give it a little stir around. Pop it in the oven. You want to put in nice 180, 200, nice and hot for about 40 minutes.
The sauce will reduce down as it goes.
Yeah, so it thickens up and it goes nice and bubbly. I have one in the oven. I'm going to take it in a sec. And it really does. It gives that lovely, lovely flavour. So you've got loads of flavour in those, but then we want to add a little bit more flavour. So I'm going to make this sumac dressing, right?
Go on.
I haven't heard of sumac dressing. Have I?
It's another, again, Middle Eastern, North African kind of ingredient. It is a spice. It's tangy. It's almost like citrusy, like lemon. Look at the colour even. It's this beautiful kind of purple, almost really red colour. Really, really nice. It's incredible. A little bit tangy, like I said, but it's so if you didn't have it, you could substitute for lemon zest or lemon juice. Okay? And then into that, what I'm going to add is I have beautiful fresh herbs here. Think of your soft herbs. Things like mint, things like parsley, things like coriander, chives. All of those work really well. Stay away from the woody ones like thyme, rosemary. They don't work in this.
Okay.
And this is incredibly flagrant, loads and loads of herbs, loads and loads of flavour, and the coolingness of the Greek yoghurt. And I like to use Greek yoghurt, a little bit higher in protein, so it keeps it a little bit fuller for longer. And 10% fat one, because it has that lovely flavour, lovely thickness. And that's beautiful and creamy, so it's really lovely to dollop on top. So I want to show you how we're going to build
that's easy to find, the sumac.
Yeah.
Relatively. Bigger supermarkets will have it. Keep an eye out for it. It's not, again, it's not something you're going to see on, you know, corner shop kind of shelves, but it is really, really lovely. Grains next. I have beautiful couscous, but I also wanted to show you a different grain tonight. And this one is Bulgur wheat and quinoa. So it's a mix, right? So in terms, again, of nutrition, quinoa is a little bit higher in protein. It's a little bit higher in fibre. And I suppose couscous is a white grain, so it's a processed white grain, and people kind of don't realise that. It's very similar to white rice, whereas your bulgur and your quinoa, higher in fibre, higher in protein, a little bit more of the good fats.
So is couscous not necessarily a healthier alternative to white?
No.
Oh, no.
People always ask me that. Is it healthier than potatoes? Is it healthier than pasta? White rice? No, it's not. This is what you need to swap to. You need to swap to something like your ancient grains, right? So I'm going to just put a little bit of apricots and sunflower seeds in, and we're going to build this bowl, and it's just beautiful. So I'm going to take these other ones out of the oven as well. So I'm going to sprinkle those in. So again, we're getting in all those layers of flavour, and the herbs, the fresh herbs really make this. Mint goes beautifully with this, coriander, parsley. And I know that looks like a lot, but you do want to get that.
You're very generous with everything, actually, I think.
With the herbs, you have to be, because the grains absorb flavour. Another top tip, cook your grains in stock, so they absorb the little bit of vegetable stock or chicken stock, so they look really, really nice. So you can see we've got our herbs in there, we've got our apricots in there. I'm going to take the meatballs out.
We've a minute and a half left, Aisling.
Amazing. Look at these.
Oh, yum.
Aren't they just lovely?
They look super.
They're bubbly. See the way the sauce is thickened up? So they're bubbly and hot and lovely. Now, what would be delicious in this as well is a little bit of feta cheese on top.
Yeah,
would
yummy.
be really nice, actually. I didn't put the cheese in tonight, but
She's trying to be healthier.
A little bit.
You've really packed in so much goodness, and there's broccoli as well on the go.
Yeah, sprouted broccoli, a little bit of that, purple broccoli on top, meatballs on top, then our dressing, and then a little bit of dukkha or togarashi on top as well, which is another.
Bit of what?
Yeah, I know. It's like
Are you making this up?
No, I'm not. I'm just introducing you to all these lovely new
You really
flavours.
are.